A woman named Kat goes on a date with a guy she met at the gym. She tells him she's a flight attendant, and they really hit it off. They have a fun night together. Just as they're about to head home and get intimate, Kat gets a phone call from her friend. She steps outside to answer and sees a fight breaking out in the kitchen. One of the chefs just found out his wife was cheating on him with the other chef. By the time Kat gets there, the cheating chef is already lying on the floor, bleeding. The furious husband is now threatening to hurt his wife. That's when Kat reveals she's actually a detective. She tries to talk him down, but when he charges at her, she pulls the fire alarm and manages to stop him. Kat is the head of the missing persons unit. The next day, at the police station, she's told about a new case, a missing professor named Rishi, 42 years old, who disappeared right after finishing work on Friday evening. Later, a new teammate joins Kat's unit, Charlie Pitts, a tech expert. As soon as he sits down, he Googles Kat and finds out her father was murdered years ago. Although the killer was caught, the case still haunts her. Kat notices what Charlie is doing, and their first meeting is tense and awkward. Kat's team investigates Rishi's disappearance and finds his car abandoned in the woods. Charlie manages to break into it. Inside the trunk, there's only an umbrella. After work, Kat goes to a yoga class. Her friend Stacy, a private investigator, introduces her to a dating app that matches people based on their music taste. Later at home, Kat tries the app and is shocked to see the profile of Josh, her ex-fiancé who ghosted her 11 years ago without a word, right after her father died. It broke her heart and left her with deep trust issues. Stacy warns her not to reach out to him, it's not worth it. But Kat feels conflicted. Later, she meets her other friend Aqua at a bar to talk things through. While at the bar, she gets an urgent call from her boss, Ellis, and rushes to the station. He informs her that Monty, the man jailed for her father's murder, is dying of cancer and only has a few days left to live. Kat is desperate for answers. She needs to know who really paid Monty to kill her dad. Kat visits her mom for advice on both matters. After that, she decides to reach out to Josh and also visit Monty in prison. Just as she presses the connect button to message Josh, Charlie calls her with an update on the case. Charlie has discovered that Rishi's email was involved in several data breaches. One of the accounts showed he liked a cottage listing not far from where his car was found. He booked it last Friday for 2 guests. When Kat team checked the cottage, they find wine, flowers, and a gift box of lingerie. It seems Rishi was meeting someone. Meanwhile, Rishi is shown crawling along a country road, trying to escape. Someone is chasing him on a tractor and tasers him from behind. Thanks to Stacy's connections, Kat gets 10 minutes to speak with Monty in prison. He's in bad shape, drifting in and out of consciousness. At first, he mocks Kat and refuses to talk. But a nurse secretly helps by giving him a shot of morphine, hoping it will loosen his tongue. It works. High on the drug, Monty mistakes Kat for his sister Angie. He confesses that he wasn't paid to kill Kat's father, he was paid to take the fall. Monty had killed other people before and was already serving life in prison, so lying about one more murder didn't make a difference to him. As Kat tries to get him to reveal who actually killed her father, Monty passes out. Soon after, Stacy calls Kat and tells her that a prison guard revealed something shocking. Josh had visited Monty right before he disappeared all those years ago. Just then, Kat gets a message from Josh. He says he's muting her and doesn't think they should talk anymore. A couple and their kids arrive at a farm to adopt a puppy. However, the owner, a man named Titus, shows them a photo of the woman kissing her neighbor. He says she's been cheating on her husband and decides their family isn't stable enough for one of his puppies. Titus sends them away, then walks to his barn where we see he's secretly keeping Rishi captive. Meanwhile, Kat shows up at Ellis's place early in the morning. She's emotional and talks nonstop about Monty's lies. She tells Ellis she visited Monty in prison and now wants to reopen the case. She suspects a crime boss named Callaghan might be involved and thinks he needs to be questioned. Ellis is shocked, especially when Kat mentions Josh being connected to everything. He hugs her and tells her to let it go, but Kat isn't ready to move on. She urges him to go talk to Monty himself. When that doesn't work out, Kat turns to her friend Stacy. She's trying to put the pieces together, especially since her father, Clint, had some kind of past connection with Josh. At work, Kat holds a press conference about Rishi's disappearance. It's unusual for him to just vanish like this. Later, a boy named Brendan comes to the station to find Kat. He followed her there on the bus. Brendan tells her his mom is missing, she hasn't called in 6 days, and says he believes Kat is the only one who can help. He says Kat knows what loss feels like, so she should understand. Just then, Charlie tells Kat that he discovered Rishi had been in contact with a woman named Vanessa. But her phone line is disconnected, so they'll need to investigate further. When Kat returns to her office, Brendan is already gone. At the same time, Ellis informs Kat that Monty has died, which means they've lost a key chance to get answers. Back at the farm, Titus threatens Rishi and says he'll hurt Vanessa unless Rishi transfers money to him. Rishi agrees, and Titus promises that once the money is transferred, he'll let them both go. That night, Brendan breaks into Kat's apartment but runs off when she gets home. She chases him down and confronts him. Kat tells him she spoke to his aunt, who recently got a message from Brendan's mom, so she seems to be okay. But Brendan doesn't believe it. He says the man his mom ran off with is dangerous, and it's Josh. Brendan broke in to find clues about Josh, knowing that Kat has a history with him. Kat refuses to help, but she's clearly disturbed by the news. The next day, Kat tells Stacy that Josh's online profile has disappeared. He's completely gone. But a prison guard named Tamsin does remember seeing him at the prison. Later, Brendan calls Kat and says his mom's credit card has only been used once at an ATM at a gas station, the same day she vanished. Kat asks Charlie to check the CCTV footage from that location. Kat then talks to Tamsin again and learns that Ellis actually went to the prison with Josh to see Monty. Kat is furious. That evening, the police station is hosting a retirement party for a colleague named Terrence. Kat waits for Ellis to finish his speech and then confronts him. She asks why he took Josh to see Monty. Ellis explains that Josh was working as a journalist and they hoped he could get Monty to talk. He admits it didn't work and regrets the decision. Kat also confesses that she broke the rules by visiting Monty without approval. Because of that, Ellis suspends her from duty. Back at the dog breeder's farm, Rishi's accounts have been frozen. So Titus tells one of his men to get rid of him. Rishi tries to escape but is hit over the head with a shovel. His body is thrown into a fire. As this happens, we see there are other people tied up in the barn. Rishi is burned along with clothing that seems to belong to other missing people, including a yellow dress, which belonged to Brendan's mom. Kat visits Aqua, who finally opens up. She admits she saw Josh about a month after his breakup with Kat. He came by to say goodbye. She also spotted him 6 months ago, watching one of their yoga classes from a distance. Kat is furious that Aqua hid all of this from her until now. Just then, Stacy calls with an update. She's been digging into Josh's past and discovered he was arrested in a bar fight 11 years ago. He paid a fine, but after that, he completely vanished from the internet. Meanwhile, Charlie, unaware of Kat's suspension, sends her CCTV footage of Brendan's mother, Dana. As she watches it, Brendan shows up and confirms it's definitely his mom. Soon after, Charlie finds a new online profile under the name Reggie Cross, using Josh's photo. The musical tastes, including the song Missing You, match Josh's, and hotel records show this alias has recently been active. Kat begins to wonder if Josh is really behind this account. Despite her suspension, Kat sneaks into the station. No one questions her as she casually records on her phone. Eventually, Charlie catches her and confronts her for withholding Brendan's story from the team. Next, Kat visits a cab company. The woman at the front desk shares that Dana canceled a ride the day before her supposed flight, saying her boyfriend was picking her up in a Bentley. Turns out the Bentley was sent by Titus to lure Dana to his farm. The driver got greedy and forced Dana to withdraw cash from an ATM along the way, which is why she was captured on CCTV at a random petrol station. Titus later has the driver killed and orders his body to be disposed of. That night, Brendan calls Kat to tell her his mom withdrew £250,000 from her bank account. As he's speaking, he's attacked, and his phone is stolen. Kat rushes to the hospital, where a bruised Brendan shares more details. They visit Brendan's uncle, who reveals Dana is engaged. He even spoke to her the day before. The large withdrawal was for a Swiss property, Dana's dream home. Later, Kat visits Charlie and asks him to investigate the Swiss bank account. He agrees. They also confirm that Dana never boarded her flight to Costa Rica. More concerning is the license plate on her supposed getaway car. It belongs to James Isherwood, a man currently hiking in Machu Picchu. The car left in the airport lot doesn't match his, meaning someone cloned the plate. Charlie, still helping Kat unofficially, also checks the fingerprints on the weapon used to kill Clint. He discovers a second set of prints previously overlooked. Kat meets with Ellis, who drops a bombshell. Monty and Callaghan had help from inside the police force, Kat's own father, Clint. Ellis reveals that Clint worked with Callaghan, and when he tried to leave the organization, Monty killed him. That's the truth Kat was never told. Even her mother knew. Kat confronts her mom and uncovers yet another secret: Clint had been cheating, but her mother never confronted him about it. Later, Charlie sends over another revelation: the Reggie Cross account wasn't created by Josh, it was made by a 9-year-old boy who appears to be Josh's son. Then, Kat receives a call from the police. They've arrested Brendan's attacker, it's Aqua. Meanwhile, Dana is revealed to be alive but held captive by Titus. Ellis deletes the second fingerprint ID request, covering up evidence that could have implicated someone else in Clint's murder. In a flashback, Josh shows Aqua the spot where he plans to propose to Kat. He's excited and promises to make her happy forever. In the present, Kat asks Aqua why she attacked Brendan. Aqua explains that she heard from Stacy that Brendan was spreading rumors about Josh. She followed him and overheard him saying that Josh tricked women and stole their money. Furious, she tried to snatch his phone and run. The police later traced the phone to her house, leading to her arrest. Kat takes Aqua home, where Stacy also shows up. Stacy admits she was the one who met Josh after a yoga class and told him to leave Kat alone, and he did. Later, Charlie calls Kat with an update. Dana's bank account was flagged by someone named Ashkan Chubak. Charlie and Kat visit Ashkan, who explains that the money was wired to Rishi Magari. Rishi met Vanessa on a dating app, the same one Kat and Rishi both used. But Vanessa was just a fake identity, using photos of a cam girl. Kat and Charlie realize someone is running online scams using fake profiles. Meanwhile, Titus demands Dana to transfer money from her account. However, his Swiss account is frozen as police begin their investigation. The group starts to realize Kat is connected to the missing persons case and that she knows Josh's real identity, not the alias used in the scams. Kat continues her research and finds more of Josh's writing under a new name. Thanks to Stacy's help, they trace it to a P.O. box registered under the name Reggie Cross. Kat checks the post office and notices someone visits the box at the same time every week. She follows a man to a remote house in the woods, where she sees a young boy by the dock. Just as she's about to uncover the truth, Kat is suddenly kidnapped and taken to an art gallery, where she meets Callaghan. He claims he didn't kill her father and wants to make a deal. He'll tell her everything he knows if she agrees to stop investigating. He reveals that Monty only confessed out of loyalty and that someone within the police helped cover it up, giving Monty a cushy deal in prison. Callaghan also promises to help Kat find her father's lover, Parker, but says that after that, they're done. With his bank account frozen, Titus decides Dana is no longer useful and orders his men to kill her. Fortunately, Dana manages to knock out her captor with a wooden plank, thanks to one of the dogs bringing it to her. She escapes the barn and goes into hiding. Meanwhile, Kat returns to the secluded house and finds Josh waiting for her. Kat stays calm and immediately asks Josh about Dana. Josh says he has no idea what's going on, he's not involved in the scam. He doesn't use social media, but his daughter, Sadie, does, and she's the one who set up his online profile. After his wife died, Sadie's grandfather moved in with them. He's the old man Kat had followed earlier. Josh admits he left Kat because he didn't want her to find out the truth about Monty. He apologizes and struggles to explain himself, but says he never stopped loving her. Kat, overwhelmed, walks away. Meanwhile, Titus's men search for her. She sneaks back to the farm and uses a landline phone to call Brendan. Unfortunately, Titus is already watching Brendan. He's waiting outside Kat's apartment. When Brendan arrives, Titus tricks him into thinking Dana is in a blue van. Dana manages to call Brendan just in time, but he's already been taken. Kat sees the van driving away and notices there are security cameras in the area that might have recorded it. The police later find dashcam footage from a nearby car. They also discover that the images Titus used in his scams came from old Facebook accounts. Ellis confronts Kat and confesses that he paid Monty to take the blame for Clint's murder. Clint had been working for Callaghan, and Ellis feared the truth would damage the station's reputation and Kat's career. The police trace the van's license plate but learn it was cloned. The van was last seen near several dog shows, so Kat decides to investigate the breeders. Charlie then uncovers that a woman who filed a stalking report also gave Titus' name and the address of his farm. back at the farm, Titus and his men continue searching for Dana but can't find her. Convinced she has called the police, Titus orders his men to burn the place down to destroy any evidence. Dana sneaks into the barn and frees the people locked inside. Together, they take down one of Titus' men who catches them escaping. At the same time, Kat arrives at the farm and enters alone, without waiting for backup. As Dana and the others try to escape, Titus threatens to kill Brendan to draw them back. He shoots Brendan in the leg. Hearing the gunshot, Kat and Dana rush in to save Brendan. Kat shoots Titus in the neck, ending his rampage. Brendan and Dana are finally reunited. Later, Callaghan contacts Kat and tells her he's found Parker. Kat visits the address and learns that Parker is a man, Clint's secret lover for 14 years. Callaghan had blackmailed Clint with this information to force him to work for him. Before he died, Clint ended things with Parker in an attempt to escape Callaghan's control. Josh later visits Kat and admits he never stopped thinking about her. Kat decides to give him another chance, and Josh promises to be completely honest from now on. Just as things seem to be healing, Charlie calls with shocking news. The partial fingerprint found on the murder weapon matches Josh's from a bar fight 11 years ago. The truth about Clint's death finally comes to light. Aqua had seen Clint with Parker and tried to leave, but Clint followed her. He called Ellis and got Aqua's address. Realizing something serious might happen, Ellis also rushed over, but Clint arrived first. He banged on Aqua's door, and when she opened it, he threatened her and knocked her down. She was bleeding when Josh showed up, and a fight broke out between the two men. During the struggle, Clint was stabbed. When Ellis arrived, Clint begged him not to call the police. Josh, Ellis, and Aqua covered up the incident and convinced Monty to confess, to protect Kat and keep the truth hidden. Racked with guilt, Josh left Kat to keep her safe. Despite all the pain, Kat still wants to be with Josh after everything.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like for more videos like this.